everyone, welcome to our home. I'm Princess.
And I'm the Goob, and this is
Gulps'N'Games.
Weekly show where we have some gulps, give a little background on it, play a game, give a little how-to on it. This week I got something I thought was pretty neat. It's Opperman's Cork and Ale label. It's brewed by a Middle Coast Brewing Company. They brewed this specifically for Opperman, so like you have to go to Opperman's out in Saginaw in order to get this. It's an oatmeal stout aged in bourbon barrels.
Where is it in Saginaw? Millen Road. You didn't know that?
I don't know.
Oh, Millen Road.
When you're driving down State Street towards Walmart will be over here on this side. You just keep going straight, and then like the road curves, and then you go by it on this side. That's how I know. I don't know names.
Okay.
I know Walmart and then there.
And we're not sponsored by anyone or anything you see.
Yeah, we always forget to say that,
Yes.
but this is just one of those where we're mentioning a business, so it's probably better to say it. So there's not a lot about them. I actually had to find a different article about them to find more about them. They were actually originally named Monkey Fist Brewing Company.
Ooh, the Middle Coast?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the reason why they changed it is because there was a brewing company in Maine that actually had a beer called Monkey Fist. And so at first, there was no big deal, but as soon as they tried to branch out in other states, they decided to just change the name of the brewing company to not have any issues or confusion with it. But I thought that was kind of cool. Like, there was no big legal battle or anything like that. They were just like, well, let's just change our name. They were a group of friends who have become family. They brew a portfolio of handcrafted brands that are designed to bring out the beer lover in all of us. Located in beautiful downtown Traverse City, they celebrate the culture and climate of Great Lakes in northern Michigan, and they are on their great country's middle coast and are happy to be there. Their mantra: we take our beer more seriously than ourselves. Yep. So then, I know that their head brewer is Devin Lawrence. Their lead brewer is Joel Mulder. Their sales representative is...
How in the world do you say that? Siamak?
Samek?
Samek?
S-C-E-A-M-A-C. So, sorry, Mr. Salemi. And the director of sales is Fred Chapman. Director of operations is Jeff Chesterton. And Tom Long is the director of marketing.
Okay.
That was about all I could really find on them. Their website doesn't have any information about this beer at all. It's not listed as one of their beers or on their tap or anything like that, because I'm thinking it was specifically made for Opperman, so that's why.
Probably.
So,
Does it say what it is on there?
I mean, it says it's the oatmeal stout aged in bourbon barrels, 37 IBUs, 9.8 alcohol, and this is 1 pint.
Wow. Okay. Let's try it out. We each get our own?
We each get our own.
Whoa! We haven't had this in a while.
We tried our own last video.
We
there were
did?
2 different styles.
Oh, that's right. Like we have to do it.
I don't think you need to with stouts. I'm just doing it.
Smells stouty.
Smells bourbon.
I am.
Well, I am.
Not as good as. Well, it's good. I've had other ones that are better.
Yeah, it's not. She's not
not
saying
bad.
it's bad.
It's not
She's saying
bad. It's just I like a more bourbon flavored in it.
it's not as thick.
Right.
It's thinner than
That's
a
the
normal
bourbon makes
bourbon
it.
stout.
The bourbon makes it thicker.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good if you want something that's bourbon aged but not thick.
So there's not really any connection with the game and the drink this week. This is a game I've been wanting to get. I got it for Christmas. It's called Unsolved Case Files. This one is Jamie Banks. There are a bunch of different characters or victims or people or cases, I guess.
Victim. It says victim right there.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's a case, though.
Yeah. Where does it say victim? It
Right.
says homicide.
Yeah, well, above it. Where it says
Victim, Jamie Banks. So there's a bunch of different victims that you can get. So this game is going to be heavily filled with spoilers. The beginning of the game won't be as much because it'll just be us like going over the evidence that everyone can probably see. I'm going to put another spoiler alert when it gets closer to where we actually like reveal the answer. We're going to just play the game and put the whole thing up because maybe you want to see one game played and then just get one of the different victims. So you might not care that you get spoiled. Or maybe you have this and you just haven't opened it yet and you're like, oh, I want to see a little bit of it. So just stop when you see that big spoiler alert. It'll literally be the whole screen. So
It's a good thing we're getting this one done a few days ahead of time then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not hard to do that. I'm just going to stop the video and restart the video. Alright, so it comes with the file with all your evidence in it. And then you have 3 bonus envelopes. Because once you solve the one thing, which for this one it is, the objective is to prove someone was in the room with Jamie. Once you do that, then you get to open up the other envelopes. And move on to the next, probably solve for actual murder. In it, we have photographs relevant to the investigation, do not bend, a picture of Jamie, this looks like it's an inventory list of all the evidence.
Wow, this is like a real case file.
We have a newspaper
I wonder if
article.
detectives like to play this.
Yeah, it could be practice for them. Looks like we have a school newspaper, high school newspaper.
Are we supposed to start reading them right now? Or?
Probably. I was just going through what's in here. Coroner investigation report and a detective email about the case, evidence document. Looks like pictures of the body.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a lot of people.
Missing. What's it say? Missing what?
Missing from the photo probably. Olivia Underwood, Sophie Sunday, Paul Preckness, Marilyn Roberts, Robert Romero, Johnny Roca, and Dr. Helding. It's probably that they were missing during this time. That's also when she was murdered, so probably that's why those people are all suspects, maybe. Witness statements.
What is that group of people?
Oh, these people.
Oh,
I think you're Sophie Sunday.
this seems complicated.
I think it is complicated. So, I mean, I guess let's just go ahead and start reading some stuff. This might be boring to you guys. I guess I can read the newspaper article out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Local teen dead in apparent suicide. 18-year-old Jamie Banks was found dead Friday morning, having appeared to take her own life by leaping from a 6-story window from her school. Though foul play has not been ruled out, police say the body of the East Verona High School senior was found immediately by another student. They estimate the time of death to be 10:10 a.m. Banks was described by friends, classmates, and family members as well-liked and mature. Her high school student, T.J. Wellinger, says she was the kind of girl who was always into something. The 18-year-old was described by faculty members as well-behaved and deeply curious student. Typing teacher Mr. Keaton recalls, "It was a pleasure to see her face in class every day. Jamie will be missed." Banks maintained a 3.5 grade point average and was a valued member of the school newspaper. Friends and teachers remember her making ambitious plans for college. In addition to the fine scholastic work, she was a gifted young actress, previously appearing in school play productions of Peter and the Wolf and Grease at Pierce Elementary School and Dalton Junior High. The night before her death, Banks played Juliet in East Verona's production of Romeo and Juliet. Friends recall how deeply immersed Banks was in her work as an actor. She took her acting very seriously. A bad review she received in the school paper really upset her, says Mr. Keaton. Co-star Olivia Underwood, who served as Banks' understudy for the role of Juliet, I don't know if that's her last name's Underwood, the understudy, remembers Banks as a very gifted actress. She inspired me with her trying, and adds, Jamie worked so hard to play Juliet, she tried so hard to pull it off. Her effort was so admirable. Police are engaged in an ongoing investigation regarding the apparent suicide. In cases like this, we always want to make sure we're not missing something, says Police Detective Roland Sherman. Detective Sherman provided little specifics. We can confirm that we did find a suicide note, but the contents are confidential and will remain so. The veteran detective is determined to conduct a complete investigation and added, let's just say there's a lot of work to be done before we can close the case.
And, well, there's this about her. The school paper gives her the review and about her Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
But I wonder if we're supposed to read the rest of it, too. This could take a while, babe.
I figured it was going to take a while. That's why I thought today was a good day to do it. Let's see, why don't you read the review and then we'll just pause and go over some stuff.
Well, does it give any suggestions about what we should do first, or no?
It says, Unsolved Case Files is a game that lets you solve a fictional crime using the evidence and documentation from the original case file. When you can prove someone was in the room with Jamie just before she died, visit this web page to see if you're right. After you prove Jamie was not alone, you may open bonus envelope A. So, I mean, I think these are witnesses and or suspects. We have a picture showing that they were not in this school picture at the time it was taken, which, if we look at the clock, was 10:10 a.m.
Yep.
And then, I mean, we can read everything that's in there. I say we just break into these pictures here, maybe.
I thought you wanted me to read this.
Oh yeah, you can read her.
East Verona's high school's drama production have always been something to look forward to, even when they struggle to find the talent necessary to fully bring the production to life. The play's typical makeup for in heart, but the amateur actors lack in pure talent. This year's production of Romeo and Juliet, Shakespeare's classic tale of adolescent love gone tragically wrong, is a sad expectation. This production has the talent but lacks heart. Most specifically, it lacks a Juliet with the heart needed to gain the audience empathy. Actress Jamie Banks has already demonstrated her ability to tackle complex theatrical roles. We've all seen her in her last year's production of Little Shop of Horrors, as well as other plays. But Juliet is a role that requires more than a memorize of lines. It requires an empathetic figure to guide us into the play's moral center, and Jamie Banks isn't up to the task. Without that, nothing in Romeo and Juliet could work, and it didn't. Robert Romero delivers a superb performance as Romeo, giving us all the wide-eyed infatuation of a teenager in the grips of young love. And the production designer deserves kudos for entirely turning the auditorium into 14th century Italy. But without a warm Juliet, Romeo might as well have been acting with a mannequin. Oh, that is hard. A role that demands warmth, Banks provided a Juliet straight from Antarctica. Whoa! It seems pretty clear after seeing her dazzle us with performances in the past that we finally found her weakness, playing a real person with a real heart. But then again, maybe having a real heart is something big simply can't fake. That was all of it. Holy crap. That was kind of harsh for high school.
Yeah.
For a high school review of a play. Oh my.
So
I wish it would say, like, if the rest of this is relevant.
you don't want to read all of it, none of it have anything to do with anything?
Right.
Well, I'm looking at this. Oh, well, let's see. Like, is Paul Preakness, Olivia Underwood, Sophie Sunday, Johnny Roca, or Benjamin whatever mentioned in any of those articles?
Well, I have to read it to find out.
Well, I'm looking right here. This article on the back of her thing is all about Johnny. He was in the football game. So, the Spartans' 3-touchdown loss to the Colts came as a huge shock not only to East Verona's dedicated fans, but to high school football fans around the state who have followed the career of senior Johnny Roca. He was flagged 5 times for unsportsmanlike conduct before getting ejected.
Oh, there's something about Johnny Roca in here, too. He's a running back. He's one of the best players they have on the football team.
That's what this was saying, and then because of his game, the angry crowd began chanting, "We want Russell," a demand for Roca to be replaced by his backup running back, Manuel Russell.
Yes, the Spartans nearly blew a 10-point lead with less than 2 minutes left when Johnny Rocco famously fumbled the ball into the opposing team's hand for an easy defensive touchdown.
Well, I mean, we can look at his evidence file. What do we have?
Is Dr. Gettings? Is he?
Dr. Benjamin Gelding.
Gelding. He is the faculty. Faculty, yes, advisor. On the paper. Oh, here's something that Jamie wrote. Major investigative expose coming next week. I want to apologize to all the readers who noticed I hadn't published my regular monthly investigation report in October. I'm currently concluding research on a huge expose that is sure to shock everyone at the school along with the entire Verona community. It will be the most mind-blowing story of my 4 years of investigative journalism here at The Voice. This expose will make the investigation about Mr. Griffin stealing wooden ice cream spoons from the cafeteria look like a joke. Stay tuned to next week's paper and prepare to view some of your most revered East Verona Spartans in a whole new light.
Mm.
So, maybe she was going to expose one of those people.
Yeah. So this is Johnny Roca's interview. Please state your name, Johnny Cornelius Roca. How well did you know Jamie Banks? We did a few classes together, and we actually dated a few summers ago, but it didn't last. Did you get back together, like in secret? You mean like, did I cheat on Sophie? She'd kill me if she ever found out I was cheating on her.
Sophie's his girlfriend.
And her dad's my coach, so... This is Miss Sophie. Probably held up a picture of her. Yeah, Sophie Sunday. And I didn't mean that to sound like I would cheat on her. I wouldn't. I haven't. Sophie would do anything for me, and there's nothing going on between me and Jamie. And then they asked him why he wasn't in the pep rally picture. I was on my way. I just got held up. Where? In the bathroom on the 2nd floor. I was with Sophie. Is that the girls' bathroom? It was just Sophie and me. Everyone else was at the pep rally. Yes, it's the girls' bathroom. What were you doing? Fooling around, kissing, no big deal.
Yeah, right. They were just kissing. Yep. They couldn't do that at the pep rally. Yep.
Let's back up a little bit. How did you two wind up in there when everybody else was in the gym? We were headed to the gym, but she was crying her face off about some stain on her sweater that you couldn't even see, and she asked me to wait for her outside the girls' bathroom so she could try to wash it off or something. But she was in there forever, and eventually the halls emptied out. So I, went in to check on her. What floor was the bathroom located on? Second floor, right next to the south parking lot where Jamie fell. Did you hear Miss Binks fall to her death? Yeah, it was hard to miss. She let out this loud scream. If she's committing suicide, why was she screaming?
Well, because she jumped. I mean, she was scared.
Yeah, but she was planning on dying, so she shouldn't
Well,
have.
that doesn't mean you can't get scared just because you're going to die.
She wanted to die.
Maybe she decided she didn't want to die, but couldn't stop from dying.
What did you do when you heard it? We both ran over to the window and saw her there. Sophie went to go check on her, but I have the game tonight and was supposed to be at the pep rally, so I just ran around and stuck into the gym to join everybody there. Told a few people what I'd seen, and it spread pretty quick. How chivalrous of you.
Yeah, that was a pretty mature move. Yes. You just saw a classmate fall to their death, and you're more worried about getting to the pep rally.
Never mind. He's like, what? Never mind. I understand Jamie was about to publish an expose in the newspaper. What do you think it was about? How the heck should I know? Griffin was probably stealing spoons again. She had a notebook full of your stats and the spreads for every game of the season. A lot of girls take my stats, and there's a lot more women into betting than you think. Doesn't prove Joey and I were up to anything, and sure as heck doesn't make me a criminal.
Who's Joey?
Yeah, he just said, who's Joey? Joey Ferrari? Yeah, he takes all the bets in school. You couldn't throw a game without Joey knowing. Even teachers place bets with him. Girls too. Maybe you should talk to him. He'll confirm nothing's going on. Maybe I will. Mr. Ferrari was at the pep rally, though. He's not a suspect. Suspect for what? Skipping a prep rally? Going in the girls' bathroom? No, a suspect for murder. Murder? What murder? Jamie jumped out a window. That isn't murder. Sure would be murder if someone pushed her and made it look like suicide. Someone who just about to be exposed for betting on their own football games. Heck, if that got out, it'd ruin your football career for good. I have no idea what you're talking about, and I really have to get back to the team. The bus to Jefferson County Stadium leaves in less than an hour. And as I said, Sophie can confirm that I was nowhere near Jamie when it happened. Ah, yes, Sophie, your loyal girlfriend, who'd do anything for you, even lie to cover up for you, or worse. That'll all be good for now. Well, that'll be all for now. Good luck tonight. We'll be watching you, Mr. Rocco. Always watching.
He looks way older than a high school student.
Well, this is a CW show. They get 35-year-olds to play 18-year-olds.
Okay.
But no, I thought that too. He doesn't look like a high school senior.
She does too, though.
So this is just them filling out his case file. Put his individual statement. Pretty much says the exact same thing. He was with his girlfriend in the girls' second room bathroom. He says he was outside the door. And then, he went in to keep her company. Heard a scream, ran to the window, ran back to the pep rally. So I don't really want to go on to Sophie's file, or do you want to look at these pictures in here?
I don't know.
See what any of these are?
I didn't
Let's
think
look at
this
the
would
pictures.
be. So,
I told you it's Forensic Files the game.
yeah. Is that his form? He doesn't have a yellow.
No, he doesn't have a yellow sheet.
Oh. How's her shoe off?
Yeah, she's missing a shoe. Must have fallen off when she fell.
I don't think that's possible.
I don't know. There's showing a classroom door, Verona Voice's office.
Is that where she ran out of, though?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, there's the window she ran out of.
Yeah. Nothing looks amiss except there's not enough chairs for computers. Oh, here's her suicide note. It's typed on a computer. The pressure was too much. I couldn't take it anymore. Goodbye, Jamie. Short, sweet, and to the point, I guess. Very sus. Here's Principal Janice Dowling. Robert Romero. Craig Zimmerman.
Well, he looks like he should be in high school, but not that Robert guy.
Joey Ferrari.
No.
Items found in her pocket. Poison, a pen, keys that says hammer time, and $100 bill.
Why does she have poison? That's interesting.
And here is her notebook with all the stats for the guy's football game. Talk to Jody, see what he says. This time sounds like she was getting ready to bust him. I think she thought that he was betting on his own game. So. Okay. No body.
At what time? 10:30 and then 10:31. Okay.
Yeah.
Is the shoe there?
That's what I was looking for. No, shoe was not there.
No, and then the shoe appears.
Yeah.
At 10:30. No, she was definitely killed. For sure.
And then
she was killed.
This person runs over.
That's not Sophie who supposedly went to go check on her.
That is it that guy?
It might be that guy.
He's got like kind of looks like he's got a man bun. Let's look at these other pictures.
Some of them could have a man bun, like that Robert guy could have a man bun.
Yeah, if he pulls his hair up.
I don't know if you heard us, but we just got a big crack in the case. Her shoe was not there, and then her shoe appeared there.
And it took from her falling to the shoe appearing 7 seconds. But it only took 1 second for her to appear in the image. And then some guy in a sweatshirt walks up to her, looks at her, and then leaves. I think it is this guy. I mean,
I think so too.
And he could have a bun back here, we just don't see it. But he's got the shaved head and the longer hair on top, and a beard, a 5 o'clock shadow type beard. So let's look at his stuff then.
Paul.
Preakness? He also doesn't have a yellow witness sheet. You want me to read the whole thing or just like scroll? Okay. Thanks for talking to us. Of course. Anything I can do to help? Now I'm unsure what to say. I'm still just devastated and really struggling at this point. Well, to start with, can you state your name for the record? Paul Alfonso Preakness. Paul, well, how did you know Jamie? Very well. I've known Jamie for the past 4 school years. Ever since she started acting in our production as a freshman, that was also my first year of teaching here. I was fresh out of graduate school, so you could say we grew up together in our own ways. I watched her develop from a young girl to a mature, beautiful woman so quickly. Can't believe she's gone forever. I mean, that kind of sounds
like
predatorish.
In love with her?
Yeah. There was a pep rally for the entire school at the same time Jamie died, but you weren't there. Why not? I couldn't go because we had to fix an issue with the set before the next show on Saturday. The balcony where Romeo calls out to Juliet broke on opening night. We? Who else was with you? Well, I was by myself. All the students were at the rally. I didn't hear about what happened until Romeo came by. Long silence. Mr. Preakness, you were saying? Yeah. Robert came by and told me she had jumped. It was such a shock.
Lionel's trying to drink your beer.
He is. It was a shock. Okay, Mr. Preakness, so you were in the auditorium the whole time fixing the balcony from Romeo and Juliet set. What was wrong with it? Well, it held up during the performance, but when we were moving it off stage during an intermission, a couple of our stagehands tipped it over and the entire support structure needed to be rebuilt. How was Jamie's relationship with her understudy, Olivia Underwood? They got along with everybody. I guess Jamie got out. That was sick. She got along with her, so I was changing the word. She used to be really close to Olivia, but I think there may have been a bit of jealousy on Olivia's part because she really wanted to play Juliet. But I knew no one could fill this role the way Jamie could. Yeah, not according to the review.
Right.
What was it about her that struck you? Well, she was one of the most talented women I ever met. She had the character of an old soul. You'd easily think she was 10 years older than she really was. I definitely had a thing for her.
Uh-huh.
29. Oh.
He asked, how old are you? And he
Yeah.
said 29.
Yeah. Interesting. Did you have any interactions with Jamie this morning? Pause. Yes. And I'll probably regret it for the rest of my life. Why? What happened? This is so hard for me. You see, I hadn't read Zimmerman's review in The Voice yet, so I had no idea why she seemed down when I saw her, and stupidly, I didn't even bother to ask what was wrong. I just handed her a $100 bill I owed her for the paint she bought and told her I'd see her later. Those pouty eyes she gave me as I walked away will forever be burned into my memory. Did Jamie tell you? Oh, you know what? The poison's probably a prop.
Oh,
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Jamie ever tell you about an affair she was having? What? What are you talking about? Was that in the suicide note? We heard she was seeing someone, but it was a secret. It's him. Now that you mentioned it, I do remember her saying something like that. During our audition, she said something about relating to the character because of her own forbidden relationship. Maybe that's why she was so perfect for the role, you know? Young, attractive girl with a full heart, struggling with a forbidden romance. I recall her saying she wanted to scream it from the rooftops, but couldn't. Something like that.
She was up there, and he pushed her.
Yeah.
Oh.
Teenage girls say a lot of weird stuff. I'm pretty sure it was him, but we gotta get evidence on that.
Uh-huh.
You say she was perfect for the role, and I'm not doubting you, but why do you think she got such a bad review in the school newspaper? I was so angry about that when I finally read it. Hemingway once called critics men who watch a battle from a high place when they come down to shoot the survivors. I agree. I don't know what the jerk was thinking. It's so vulnerable going on stage like that. Pour your heart out into a performance, expose your soul. It's clear to me that Zimmerman is to blame for all of this. What he wrote about her performance is abhorrent and completely untrue. I have no doubt that's what led to her suicide. Not the secret affair? Well, I don't know. Maybe it was both things. Did you bring Craig in here? You interrogating him? He was in the gym when she fell. And writing a bad review isn't a crime. Well, it should be. Is there anything else you want to tell us? Were you aware of any other relationships Jamie was involved in? Other relationships? No, I think she dated Johnny Rocca for a brief time a couple of years ago. But I'm pretty sure he's with Coach's daughter now. I'm sorry, but that's all I can help you with. That's all I know. Thank you for your time, Mr. Preakness. If you have any plans to leave town in the next few weeks, I'm going to need you to let me know first, okay? Okay, I'm good to leave now. You're free to go.
I think it's him.
I do too. Yeah, so same thing. He was saying he had to fix it, and that adds up with his interview.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple just regular witness forms if you want to scroll through those. They keep mentioning Zimmerman and
This is
Ferrari.
Janice Dowling.
We haven't even heard about her. We just see her picture.
Robert Romeo.
Romero.
Craig Zimmerman.
Yeah, Zimmerman he mentioned. That was the guy that wrote the review.
I was sitting next to Liz Adams at the pep rally when Robert Romero came running through the doors and Miss Dowling and a few teachers ran out there after him. We had no idea what was going on at first. Within a few minutes, there was was a buzz among the crowd that someone had jumped. I started frantically looking around the room for Jamie because I was already worried about how she was reacting to the horrible review I wrote. And then I heard someone say her name. At first, I didn't want to accept it. I hoped that somehow I heard wrong. But when Principal Dowling approached me and said that the police might need to talk to me about the review, I knew it was real. I was ushered into Principal Dowling's office with a few other students. We all sat there for an hour in silence, stunned. Jamie was one of my closest friends. We had our ups and downs, and it was upsetting to me that we couldn't be more than friends. But I'm horrified to think she killed herself over what I wrote. I feel so guilty and ashamed. I even met with Dr. Gilding second period before the pep rally. He pulled me out of Miss Marstein's class to talk about the review, and together we came up with a plan to try to fix the mistake. Gilding was always looking out for Jamie. But it was too late. All I wanted was for her to give us a chance. We got along so well. She said her heart belonged to another man, but she couldn't reveal who it was yet, or others could get hurt. Well, that could be the Sophie chick. If not like Jamie at all to have an affair, so I assumed she made it all up to blow me off. That's why I was so upset. It's why I wrote her that horrible review. I thought she was the one, and now I'm quite certain my words have killed her.
Mm.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I don't think it was this kid.
No, I don't think it was.
Should we read about Joey Ferraro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ferrari.
As far as I know, I was the last one in the school newspaper room before Jamie Finks jumped out of the window today. He didn't say anything about that in his talking to the police. It was first period and I had study hall in the cafeteria. Miss Griffin is my teacher there, and he let me go up to the newspaper room if I have a pass from Miss Gilding to finish up an article or work on clip art or whatever. Is that even a thing these days, clip art? I understand what it is, but some people may not.
He was born in 1975, so this takes place in the 90s.
Yeah, I already saw that. I signed out of study hall as soon as it started and was in the newspaper room within probably 4 to 5 minutes after the start of first period. When I got there, the door was locked and the lights were out. Since I'm a senior on the newspaper staff, I have a key to the room, so I let myself in and the door shut and automatically locked behind me. I always work on a computer that's on the right side of the room, second from the back, so that's the one I got onto. It took a few minutes to boot up. I'm pretty sure I was logged in and working on my outline for the story about the game tonight. You never know how a game will unfold, but when it comes to Spartan football, I usually have a pretty good idea about the what. Oh, was there stuff in the back of this one?
Oh, it's linked to me.
Okay. About the outcome before the game even starts. So I write my articles beforehand, and then after the game, I plug in a few game stats, and I'm good to go. That room gets pretty hot at the time of the day. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's the sun, or maybe the heat's broken or something. But I open the window to let some cool air in. I lost track of time, and suddenly it was 8:50, and I only had 5 minutes to sign back into Study Hall, so I saved my outline on a floppy, but didn't shut the computer. I was in a rush, but I'm positive I turned off the light and shut the door behind me. I think I left the window open. When I was a sophomore, someone propped open the window once, and some jerks vandalized a bunch of equipment. So Mr. Gilding is really strict about us locking the door behind us ever since. I rarely got back to Study Hall on time and was in an Italian class until the prep rally, so I'm not sure when Jamie went in the newspaper room. Jamie and I both wrote for the school newspaper, and I've known her since 8th grade, but we weren't super close outside of that. I knew she also asked Gilding to be editor this year, but for some reason he chose Greg instead of either of us. Finally, I'd like to go on the record with my prediction of the game tonight. While these two teams are known for their high-powered offenses, and East Verona is favored to win by a few points, I predict it's going to be a long night for the Spartans, and the Colts will walk away with the championship. He's betting against his own team?
Yeah, but he's predicting it, and I think, isn't that what it said? Yeah, their 3 touchdown loss to the Colts came as a huge shock. So he
And
predicted.
someone fumbled it, so maybe he
It was he
made
bet.
that
Yeah.
person to fumble it. Or they would, like, split the winnings or something.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So I'm assuming these are mug shots, and she actually is crying in her picture.
Uh-huh.
Like, the only one that looks sad, but she also has a smirk on her face. Like, is she faking the crying? She's an actress. So that was Ferrari, the betting guy. Janice Dowling, her name has never really come up. I mean, they have a picture of her in there, so I don't really know what.
It did come up. She was a teacher that came in to tell him at the pep rally.
Oh, gotcha. Those are part of the keys to the room.
Oh, so the computer room, yeah.
And that's a pen that everyone wanted.
Back in the 90s,
Four
yes
different
it
colors. Everyone now, all kids nowadays, they want the newest iPhone. I remember wanting that pen. You want to read Benjamin? You want to keep reading the normal witness ones? These people are presumed innocent and not people of interest because they were at the pep rally when she died.
Mm-hmm.
These 3 that we have left here are people that were not at the pep rally.
Well, maybe we should read theirs so we know if something doesn't line up with what they say.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Benjamin Gelding. She could have been having an affair with this little dude.
She could have been.
You never know.
Yeah.
So he actually has a witness statement form along with his interview. It's very difficult to put thoughtful words together right now, but I fully understand the need for an investigation into what could cause such a seemingly normal young woman to take her own life. I've been Jamie's guidance counselor for 4 years here at East Verona High School. I also help run the school newspaper that she writes for. Jamie is an amazing girl who gets good grades, stays out of trouble, and seems to get along with everyone. I took my wife and kids to see her performance last night, and she was incredible. I almost said uncredible. It really begs the question as to why a young girl who appeared to have everything going for her would do something like this. Well, I'm not sure, but everything is not what it seems with Janice. With Jamie. Jamie. I hate cursive. For 2 reasons you should be aware of. First, Jamie had been struggling with bipolar tendencies for years. Jamie has been meeting with me every few months over the past 2 years for manic depression. She was originally referred to me for the issue after she broke down in tears during a vocabulary quiz. During her dark times, she expressed suicidal tendencies to me on a number of occasions, including thoughts about how she would do it. I should have referred her to an outside counseling. I just thought we had it under control. I couldn't have been more wrong. Okay, see, that's a little sus because as a guidance counselor, he could be lying about that. To say, oh, she was suicidal. Second, Jamie was involved in a secret forbidden relationship. Jamie told me one of the reasons Mr. Preakness gave her the part of Juliet was because she told him she was presently in a forbidden relationship and it helped her relate to the character. She told me she had to keep this relationship a secret or a lot of people would get hurt. Jamie was an investigative reporter and very sharp as even know who it was. I talked to Craig Zimmerman this morning. He's the young man who wrote the negative review about her performance. Turns out he asked her to be his girlfriend on Tuesday and she turned him down. Or she told him she didn't have feelings for him like that. I guess that review was his way of working through rejection. You might consider talking to Johnny Roca. I believe they dated for a short time a few years ago. He's with Coach's daughter now. I asked everyone who works in the school paper, and Joey Ferrari was the last person in the newspaper room before Jamie. He might have some clues about the room that would be helpful. I'd also encourage you to speak with Mr. Preakness. He gets very close with students, especially the female leads in his plays. Although we've never had any official incidents regarding that issue here at the school. My hope is that we can address the issue completely and swiftly to help bring closure to the 315 East Verona students and staff she left behind. It's not going to be easy for our school to get through this, but I'm willing to give my all. Alright, so it could be him that she was having an affair with. He's like planting all these ideas in the investigator's head about Mr. Preakness, but Mr. Preakness, if that came out, it wouldn't hurt anyone other than his career. A lot of people, he has a wife and children.
Oh.
And then he's like talking about all this. Nobody else mentioned anything about her being bipolar.
Right.
So
That's true. And they've been meeting for 2 times a week.
yeah, and he's the one that edits the paper. So when she did put this in there, he saw that article and started to freak out. Well, it could be him. All right, detective asked him to state his full name. Do you know why we brought you in here? I assume it has to do with Jamie. I'm guessing you'd like more insight into her mental state. That's part of it. You're also one of the only few people in the school who were not in the school photo when she died. Looks like suicide, but we're still investigating whether anyone was in the newsroom with her. You think someone was in the room with her? That's a shock. Well, I'm quite sure Joey Ferrari was the last one in the room because I spoke with every member of the newspaper and asked them. We've spoken to Joey. He was in the gym when it happened. Then I guess I don't know. Only the seniors had keys to that room. Craig Zimmerman, Joey, Marilyn Roberts, and Jamie. That's it. Well, Zimmerman and Joey were both in the school photo, and Marilyn took it. But we couldn't find you in there, Dr. Gelding. Do you have a key to that room? Me? Yeah, well, of course. But I haven't been in that room all day. Are you sure? Certain. I left my pad of hall passes in there last night. I didn't pick them up this morning, and the police haven't let me back in the room to get them. Well, I'll pull up the picture of the room.
Oh, babe.
Turn the heat up. Why'd you leave a pad of hall passes in the newsroom? It wasn't on purpose. We had our weekly meeting after school yesterday. That's when the students pitch their stories for next week, and I write the assignments on the chalkboard. I brought my pad to write passes for anyone
Is that
who...
it? Right there?
Yeah, probably. That's when students pitch their stories for next week, and I write the assignments on the chalkboard. I brought my pad to write passes for anyone who wants to get out of study hall to work on articles. Like Ferrari? Yeah, and I left the passes in the room by accident. Jamie could have let anyone in the room, though, since she had a key. Why do you think she wasn't alone? They're just exploring all possibilities. Was Jamie dating anyone? She said something to me recently about some kind of secret affair, but she never said who it was with. She was a private person, but would share things like that when we were alone in the newspaper room together. Let's back up. Were you alone in your office all morning? No, I had a session with Craig Zimmerman before the pep rally. Regarding the awful review he wrote about Jamie, I sensed hidden tension I needed to resolve. Seems he'd opened up to her about his amorous feelings on Tuesday, and she didn't feel the same. I believe he wrote that review with a broken heart. We talked about it in my office second period and made a plan for him to resolve the situation. We were done near the end of second period. Near the end of second period? Can you be more specific? Well, yes, actually I can. Since I don't have any passes, I had to walk him back to class. I probably got him there about around 10 minutes before the bell. Around? Yes, I wanted to get back to my office, but the students in his class were really excited to show me what they were working on and begged me to come in and have a look. After I'd seen everything, the bell rang. Students went to the pep rally, and I returned to my office. So you chose paperwork over a state championship pep rally. Odd choice. I had letters of recommendations to submit before the weekend, and I wanted to leave early for the game. I was in my office until I heard the sirens and went to the gym. Dr. Gelding, do you really believe Jamie Banks did this to herself? Sadly, I do. She was hiding a lot. Jamie struggled with bipolar tendencies for years. She'd been meeting with me every few months over the past couple of years for counseling. She confided in me that she thought about killing herself. I should have referred her to outside counseling, but I just thought I had it under control. She was about to publish an expose in the paper. What was it about? She wouldn't tell me. Do you know? We're not sure. We think it was about sports betting. Well, that would explain her secrecy. I probably shouldn't say this, but Joey takes all the bets in the school. He's known as the school bookie. Everyone knows. Well, we kind of look the other way. Don't you think it's suspicious for an investigative reporter to turn up dead just before publishing a big expose? I guess, but I also know about her bipolar disorder, so I don't have any doubts it was suicide. When you spend as many years as I have watching teenagers make one impulsive decision after the next, you realize sometimes nothing they do makes sense. Is this all you guys have? If there's more, please let me help you sort it out. I appreciate your offer to lend a hand, Dr. Gelling. At this point, I think we're done here. If you don't have anything else to add, we can let you go. I understand. Well, please do reach out to me if I can be of any help. I will certainly do that. Thank you for your time, Dr. Gelding.
I don't know. I don't have a weird feeling about him. I think more towards Joey Ferrario at this moment.
He's not. He was at the pep rally though.
Not when she jumped?
Yeah, he was. He's in the picture.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, then how did him and Sophie hear? He's covering for her. He's covering for Sophie.
Okay. So these 5 people are the only 5 people that weren't in there.
I think he's covering for Sophie.
Okay.
But you just said he was in the picture.
Zimmerman is.
I'm talking about Johnny.
Yeah. Johnny Rocco?
Yeah.
You said Zimmerman.
Oh.
And then he said Ferrari. Ferrari is in here. So yeah, Johnny Rocco is a possible suspect, and then his girlfriend, Sophie Sunday. I was one of the first people to get to Jamie's body this morning. I was in the second floor bathroom when I heard her fall. We had just finished up second period, and the pep rally was starting, but I had a major problem. I had just read something in The Voice that made me laugh and spilled Hab all over my sweater. Just my luck, a huge stain on the day of the big game. So I was in the bathroom when I heard a scream and a loud thump. I went over to the window and saw her body lying there. First, I wasn't sure what I was looking at because I'd been crying about the stain and had mascara in my eye. Then I saw Robert Romero run up to her, and that's when I decided to go downstairs and see what was going on.
It was Robert Romero in the pictures that...
Which one is Robert Romero?
That
This
guy. Romeo.
Yeah. But again, he's in the pep rally picture, so... Olivia Underwood had just gotten there when I arrived, and she was just standing next to the body. Olivia looked like she was going to throw up. I didn't know Jamie well because I spend most of my time with friends on the cheerleading squad or with my boyfriend Johnny, and she's more into grunge music and acting, I think. Really makes me sad to think about this. I hope it doesn't affect Johnny in the game tonight. Coming through in a high-stakes game is important stuff for his career. I don't want to see anything or anyone get in the way of it.
This is the interview?
Yeah. Sophie, you know why you're here? Because I saw the body? Sort of. We're questioning everyone who wasn't at the pep rally to find out if they have any more information. There was a picture taken of everyone in the gym at the same time when Jamie fell, and you weren't in it. Was Johnny in the picture? Johnny Rocca? What makes you ask that? Well, when I wrote my statement, I didn't say he was with me, but he was. In the girls' bathroom? Yeah. Is Johnny going to get in trouble for this? What were you two doing in there? Why asked Johnny to wait outside the bathroom for me while I tried to clean up a stain that got in my sweater? Can you believe that happened the day of the big game? Anyway, boys will be boys, and Johnny wouldn't stay put. He snuck into the bathroom and we started kissing. Please don't spread that around. I don't want him to get in trouble for being in there. He's got the championship to focus on. He'd only been in there a moment, and that's when we heard her fall. There was a scream and a loud thump. It was awful. What happened? We ran over to the window and looked down. She was just lying there. I had some mascara in my eyes, so I couldn't really tell what I was seeing at first. That's when I saw Robert Romero run over to her, and so I decided to go down there to see what was going on, or if I could help her or something. Could you tell it was Jamie from the window? Not right away, but yes. Why didn't Johnny go with you? Long pause. Sophie? I told him not to. I was afraid he'd get in trouble for being in the girls' bathroom when he was supposed to be at the pep rally. You seem to be very protective of Johnny. Well, of course. He's my boyfriend, and I'd do anything for him. I don't want anything to stand in the way of his career. Anything, huh? Would you lie for him? Johnny has nothing to hide. You didn't answer my question. Would you lie to protect Johnny? There's no reason to, so no.
No. He did it. He so did it.
Are you aware of Johnny being involved in any sports betting? He wouldn't do that. Johnny says he hates gambling, and anyone who says otherwise about him is a liar. You're sure? Positive. Did it bother you that Johnny and Jamie were close? No, because they weren't close. At all. She's not his type. They dated a few years ago, though, right? You aware of that? Of course I'm aware of it. I know everything there is to know about Johnny. But that was ages ago, and it meant nothing to him. There's a rumor that Jamie was in a secret relationship. Maybe it was with Johnny. That's absurd. Not really. I mean, maybe she actually is his type. But you're the coach's daughter, and it'd be better for his football career to date you, even if his heart belonged to someone else. No way! Listen, I know what Johnny's up to 24/7, and he certainly hasn't been having any secret relationship with Jamie. He's my boyfriend, no one else's, and I'll do everything in my power to make sure it stays that way, including getting rid of the competition. There is no competition. Okay, let's get back to what happened when you went out to see the body. Did you immediately know who it was? Yeah, I already knew it was Jamie from the bathroom window before I even got down there. She was in pretty bad shape, and I still had some mascara in my eyes, but I knew it was her. How far would you say you were from the victim? I don't know, maybe 3 to 4 feet. Who else was there at the body? Olivia Underwood. It was just me and her until Miss Dowling and all the teachers got there. Is there anything else you want to add? No, nothing. Just please don't tell anyone Johnny was in the girls' bathroom with me. Can you promise me? I'll be in touch with any more questions.
Oh.
So now you think it was Johnny?
I do. She didn't want to hurt Sophie.
I'm wondering if Sophie and Johnny were both in the room and they were all arguing and...
Instead of really in the girls' bathroom?
Yeah. And they came up with the girls' bathroom thing together.
Yeah, before he took off to the pep rally.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She keeps saying that it was hard to see, but she knew that it was her. Like, how did she know it was her if it was hard to see?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how any of this proves that someone was in the room. The shoe appearing is the only evidence we have that proves that there's someone else involved.
And then they threw it out the window.
Mm-hmm.
But they have to have good aim to get it to land by...
Football player.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Alright, Olivia Underwood was the second person to get to Jamie's body. I think I might also be the last person to talk with her before she jumped. She and I have been working closely together on the school's production of Romeo and Juliet. She's Juliet and I'm her understudy. We also have a typing class together right before she jumped. Our opening night for Romeo and Juliet was last night and it went okay, was last night and it went okay. Jamie got really critical review in the school newspaper this morning. I thought it was a bit harsh, but honest. I asked Jamie about it and she seemed really bothered. Not angry or sad. She just seemed really deep in thought. I just assumed she was reconsidering whether she wanted to play Juliet. She seems like a better fit for Rosalind to me, but Mr. Preakness makes the casting decisions and he can't change his mind. Who's Rosalind in Romeo and Juliet?
I think it's one of the other characters.
Thanks! I didn't know that!
It's been a really long time since I read Romeo and Juliet. Sorry. I mean, like high school.
The other characters, yep. I wasn't even thinking that.
Gosh, I've been out of high school for what? 21 years? 22?
Yeah, but there was like a Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Yeah, that's when I was in high school.
Well, I think it came out in like 2008. Or 2005.
No, it was when
Oh,
I was
okay.
in high school. That was a good. The soundtrack to that was it's really awesome. I was in high school, babe.
She was quiet all through second period, and I couldn't get anything out of her, so I let it go. I guess she wasn't totally out of it because she and Amber Wheaton were the only ones that got 100 on the caps lock test, of course. We'd been practicing those for a while, and it wasn't hard. I got a 90. After the bell rang, I asked if she wanted to walk with me down to the pep rally. They were doing something for the football guys because of the championship match tonight. She just said she had to go take care of something in the newsroom. I asked what was going on, and she said something like, "It's not something I can talk about yet."
Who is this that she was talking to?
This is her understudy,
No, but who is she?
Olivia Underwood.
No. Who is she that said that she had to go talk to Sophie? Who is saying she talked to?
I asked her to walk with me. They were doing something. She was quiet all through second period, so I let it go because she and Amber Wheaton were the only ones that got 100 on the caps lock test. She wasn't talking to anyone.
After the bell rang, I asked if she wanted to walk me down to the pep rally. They were doing something for the football guys because of the championship match tonight. She just said she had to go take care of something in the newsroom. Yes, so Jamie had to go take something in the newsroom. Maybe talk to Sophie and Johnny about the betting.
Yeah. She didn't say talk. She says take care of something. So that could be anything. She was going up there to work and someone pushed her out the window.
Take care of something could mean that I'm going to go talk to this person to take care of this issue, you know?
I was kind of surprised and a little hurt, but obviously
Oh my god, I'm feeling like that BuzzFeed show right now. You know what
I know, yeah. I can't remember what it's called. There's two of them.
There's a serious guy, and I'm the guy with the cool hair.
I kind of think I have cool hair.
Oh no. Oh, I mean, you do.
I'm
you're
told,
totally the serious guy.
I'm told I have One Direction hair.
And you're totally the serious guy, and I'm really I don't know, dude. Over here, guy.
After the bell rang, I asked if she wanted to walk with me down to the pep rally. They were doing something for the football guys. Oh, I already read all that. For what it's worth, I didn't think she did all that bad, but I'm confident Robert and I will be able to pick up where she left off. It's a tragedy, but the show must go on. At the very least, I'm sure she won't get another review like that from Craig. Oh, we won't. We won't.
We gotta have that in the video and tag them in it.
Okay. It does. Now that we're sitting here with all this, it's like It was a long and dark morning. Bigfoot. Can you please state your full name for the record, Miss Underwood? Blah blah blah. Guess you want to know about what happened to Jamie. That's right. We're trying to find out exactly what happened. Is Robert here too? Robert Romero? No, he was seen on the surveillance video right after Jamie, so we're confident he couldn't have been on the 6th floor with her.
I thought you were done.
Now she's just trying to snuggle with us.
You missed us, baby.
We're talking to everyone who wasn't in the class picture. It was the weirdest thing. As I was heading to the pep rally, I started feeling really sick, so I dashed off to the bathroom. Next thing I knew, I was hugging the toilet bowl. So you were throwing up at the time of the pep rally. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. It was the first floor girls' bathroom, and I never want to see that bathroom again as long as I live. First, I puked my guts out, and then I look right out the window and see a dead body. How did you wind up there before everyone else, being so sick and all? I wasn't the first. Robert was. I heard a scream, and by the time I made it over to the bathroom window to see what the noise was, he was crouched down next to the body next to her. Then he stood up and ran away. By the time I got there, it was just me and the body. What happened then? Well, I was by myself for maybe 10 seconds or so when Sophie Sunday came running up next to me. We were both really scared and not really sure what to do. Then maybe 20 or 30 seconds later, Miss Dowling and some other teachers came running up and took control. Were you and Jamie close friends? Yeah, we were friends. Not exactly close friends. What makes you say that?
Well, we didn't always see eye to eye on everything, especially when it came to theaters.
Mavis, you gotta go outside. I need a break.
Well, we didn't always see eye to eye on everything, especially when it came to theater stuff. So what's going to happen with the play now that Jamie's no longer here? I was her understudy, and I know all her lines, maybe even better than she did.
I don't have
I don't
that
think
kind
it's
of
her.
feeling. I don't think so either. Mavis.
Stepping at lead so quick, not for me. You have to seize every opportunity in life. Big break. It's tragic for sure, but you can't blame someone for embracing an opportunity that presents itself. It's not like I pushed her out of the window. You think someone pushed her? No, I just mean, like it wasn't my fault this happened.
Oh. Well.
Maybe all of them were in there.
Maybe she was.
I don't think it was her. I think she just made us. She's one of those women.
Nervous.
Yeah, she's nervous. She's excited that she finally gets to be actually a lead in a play. She thinks she's going to do a good job, and she's trying to convince herself. She's a teenager whose friend just died. Now she gets to be the lead in a play, and she's trying to pump herself up.
Yeah.
Why do you think Jamie got the role of Juliet instead of you? Good question. I guess you'd have to ask Mr. Preakness. He really doesn't like anyone challenging his casting decisions, though. Seemed to me like he had his mind made up before the auditions. Quite honestly, I think he had a thing for Jamie. Tell me about the boy who found the body. Romero. Is he your boyfriend? Robert? No. He's not my boyfriend, but he does have a little thing for me. After he got cast as Romeo, he pushed pretty hard for me to be Juliet. I think maybe he felt like if we played lovers on stage, I'd fall for him in real life. It's pretty clear he's into me. He'll do anything I ask. Anything? You know what I mean. He thinks he's Romeo Montague, and I'm his Juliet. What about Jamie? Did she have a boyfriend? Romantic interest? I don't think so. I mean, she was pretty, in her own way, of course, but she was one of those girls who was a bit too mature for the high school boys, I think. So how are you feeling now? Oh, sad to be sure, but I'm trying to see the bright side. I'm excited to have the lead in the play finally. I meant your stomach. Oh, yeah, I'm fine now. Thanks for asking. I think the whole situation shocked me back to health somehow. I didn't think about it for a while, and now I feel normal. Must have been something I ate. Quick recovery. That'll be all for now, Miss Underwood. And let's see if there's any, ill, random girls, people guts out. Yep, everything, kind of lines up there.
I'm shooting for it was Johnny.
So here's what I'm thinking right now. Johnny and Sophie were both there. I think they were trying to talk her into not publishing his
her expose.
Yes. They started
about betting.
They started a fight, and she tried to run away from them, and he grabbed at her and ripped her shoe off. She then somehow fell out the window, and so he threw the shoe down at her.
Yeah, so maybe it wasn't really a murder, just an accident. But most murders are just accidents.
Yes.
So.
But that was until I read the evidence list.
Oh.
So most of this is pretty normal. Blue and white flannel button-down shirt blouse, which she's wearing, covered in dried blood and other bodily fluids, mostly on the back, which is weird.
No, not she landed on the back. On her back.
Oh yeah, well the blood's on the back. I thought the other bodily fluids. Tested in 12 locations, no indication of blood or other evidence from any individual other than the victim. Medium-sized cotton tank top, which she's wearing underneath. 9 blood tests administered and no blood other than hers. Pants, size 25, extra small. I'm assuming 25 is the inches and not like an actual size on the pants.
That's really big. That's really small. That would be her.
No, I'm just saying, like, usually a size 0 would be an extra small.
No, probably size 25 waist is what it says.
Okay.
So 25 inches around her waist.
Okay.
So, because she's wearing an extra small. That is
right.
super
No, that's
small.
why I'm like, why?
Like, my waist is like, what, 50?
I'm not going to say that. No noticeable damage beyond normal wear.
Yeah.
And then you could see where it was.
No, my waist is more like 40, but still, she's super small, babe.
You can see where it was received, what was taken out, and then it was given to her mom.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why her mom would want her bloody clothes, but pair of earrings, plain sterling silver stud earrings. I'm going to skip that right now because that's where the only thing where it's different. Bra and panties, both checked forensics, nothing unusual. Her notebook, all pages are blank except for one that's like math homework. Picture taken to be added to the photograph envelope, which we saw. It's not math homework, it's the football stats.
Mm-hmm.
Empty bottle marked poison. Brown bottle, approximately 4 inches. No smell or residue of any unusual
So
substance.
it was a
Not
prop.
sure what this was for.
Play prop.
It's a play prop.
Yeah.
The retractable pen, blue and white pen, has 4 different colors, all in one pen. Keychain with keys. I love this. 5 keys and a white keychain with a clever graphic of a stop sign that reads "Stop, hammer time."
Can't touch this.
$100 bill, inspected and found nothing relevant. Let's go back up to the shoes that I skipped though. Blue sneakers, new condition. Blue sneakers with white shoelaces. A few small splatters of orange, yellow, and red latex house paint on left shoe, and a smudge of clay on the heel of the right shoe. Otherwise, both shoes are in new condition. No unusual wear. Her right shoe's the one that's missing, and it had clay on it.
What's that say?
I don't know. I read it. Hang on.
I mean, because Sophie and Joey, they don't seem like artistic.
Right. That's why I was thinking he was the one. He was the one that left to go fix the stuff on the stage.
What, do you fix that with clay, though?
No idea, but the house paint, and he was paying her for the house paint.
They could have been doing props together.
Yeah, I guess.
You know?
I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. It's kind of puts him in the place there again. But I mean, that's all. I mean, we have a couple more of these sheets.
Can you read one?
Yeah, they're both long.
I sound funny because of my sinus infection. At least I think that's what it is.
Let's just. Why don't we? These ones are just witnesses. They're not suspects or anything. So why don't we skim through it? And if there's anything we think is relevant, we can share it. I should have given you this one. I can't read that handwriting. I mean, I can. It's
He
just
can't read cursive.
I can. Just hurts my eyes.
There's just a 6 years difference between us. I'm younger, and he can't read cursive because that was the beginning of no cursive in high school.
No, I learned cursive in
Schools.
2nd grade. I just
Ah.
don't like reading. It hurts my eyes.
Oh, this is Janice. Okay.
All right, I have something sus in
on.
mind. Sorry.
this is just an information getter. That's nothing.
There's nothing in there of importance. What do you mean information getter?
Like, she knew about the situation. She seemed like she remained very calm, and like she told people to stay by the body and make sure no one else came there. And she told the students to remain in the gym and what was going on. There was an incident going on, and to remain in there. Like, she was like,
Okay.
you know, the person in charge of the
'cause she's-
tragic operation.
So, he was in the first floor bathroom. Not the girls' room, but the guys' room, but they're close enough next to each other that wouldn't you think he'd mention that someone was vomiting next to him?
Robert?
Yeah. Olivia Underwood says she was in the first floor girls' bathroom and was vomiting her a lot. He doesn't even mention anything about hearing anyone vomit. And then
Don't pay attention to things.
Right, I guess. But he also says that he has a cosmic bond with her.
With who?
With Olivia.
With Olivia, okay.
He's and then the rest of it's just him saying like he doesn't think they'll cancel the next performance because they have that cosmic connection. And then he wants to see if he can ask Mr. Preakness to donate a portion of the proceeds to either Janie's family or like a suicide hotline or something.
I don't get no.
You still don't think it's Olivia?
I don't.
All right.
What's your gut say?
That was a little sus. It makes Olivia seem sus. The whole thing is she forgot that she was sick until he asked her, but you said you were sick. That's very sus.
But if she's propping up for a big play and she's understudy, like, oh my God, can I fucking do this? You know, I'm sorry, I can't say that.
We're not monetized, so it's
Okay.
fine. I just want to keep it from happening a lot.
But, you know, she's all prepping. Like, I could see
but also,
forgetting that. Like, if I was in her shoes, I could see you forgetting because you're trying to prep yourself up for this.
She also says that she can make Romero do anything that she wants. So if it comes back that they found out that she wasn't puking, she can tell him to say that she was. I don't know. My theory is still the same.
Yeah,
That
mine is too.
I think it was these two kids.
You know how we are when we watch like suspect shows. We always guess them. We always guess before we know.
Yeah.
We always do.
Okay.
Always.
So here's I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna hit the stop button and the re-record button. If you're still here with us, it means that you don't care about the major spoilers. All of that other crap. I am putting this in the full play, and then I'll cut out to make a shorter video. But
whatever, man.
this part right here is going to be the major spoilers because I'm going to go to this link and we'll find out if we were right.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so.
So it says
I'm not going to say anything about it.
when you can prove someone was in the room with Jamie just before she died, visit this webpage. She keeps saying that she wants to protect his career. These numbers will ruin his career. As
she was writing an expose.
He probably knew about it. They probably all met. I don't think that she was having an affair with him. I think she was having an affair with the teacher. But I think Sophie kind of thought that it could have been.
I think she would have been having an affair with a teacher, but well, no, I still think because that would hurt Sophie. I don't know.
I think
that's probable. I really think he did it.
I don't think the affair is actually part of her murder.
No, I don't think so either.
I think it's just a coincidence. Mm-hmm. But I think that Sophie was freaking out, thinking that she was part of the affair, but she was also trying that she was cheating on him with Jonah. And she didn't want that to come out. Johnny. Sorry, it looks like Jonah from here. I don't know. I think these two were both in the photo room, and I think she fell out of the window accidentally in a scuffle. Maybe they were trying to get the notebook from her or something. So, we're going to go to this website.
I think the guy I like is Ryan Cavero. That just popped in my head.
What?
Ryan Cavero, the guy that I'm trying to be over here. Ryan Cavero.
Okay.
You know, for the BuzzFeed show.
I know.
Gosh.
You're the guy with the short hair and the big smile, and I'm the guy.
Looking guy.
And I'm the straight man, the guy with the glasses that tells him he's wrong on everything.
What? I'm the one who doesn't believe in ghosts, even though I do believe in ghosts, Ryan. Right? Or is that right? You gotta make sure that's in there so you can see it. You tag in a minute.
I will try my best to edit it that way. Which document on the list below proves Jamie was not alone when she fell?
Oh, a list? What?
Okay, which document on the list below proves Jamie was not alone when she fell? The 6x9 senior photo of Jamie Banks. That doesn't prove anything.
No.
Article, local teen dead in apparent suicide. A closer look, our star running. Can I choose more than one? Because I think you can get up to 3 hints after entering an incorrect answer.
Well, okay, why do we, because the shoe.
The shoe. I don't think that is...
And why else do we think it's him besides gut feel? Because he had a key to the newsroom.
I'm not seeing... I don't know what that would be. Suspect photo, suspect witness photo, crime scene photo. That's one. That's can I do more? You have selected too many. Please select only one. The deceased victim on the ground in the crime scene photo.
And that they had a key, and that they were supposedly.
I'm only allowed to select one thing.
Oh, then I don't know.
It's not the crime scene photo deceased victim. It was the... Let's go with the mini notebook then, because that shows all the stats.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that's not the document we're looking for. Don't get distracted by all the suspects and their motives. Your objective is only to prove Jamie wasn't alone. That doesn't really give me a hint.
No. They were supposedly in the bathroom, and he was already in there. What if he never really left until he ran out of the room to go to the pep
Let's
rally?
do the interrogation of Johnny Roca then. That's still not it. Oh my gosh. It may help to look at the picture of Jamie's body on the pavement and how it matches up with other pieces of evidence in the case file.
Well, I mean,
That's what we looked at.
Robert Romero, but we didn't think it was him at all.
And the clue is the shoe. I mean, that's the clue. The last hint was to use a magnifying glass to look at. We don't really need one. We can see the shoe appears.
Yeah.
6x9 photo. Article, local teen dead. Article, closer look. Veronica Voice, student newspaper. Case closure recommendation memo.
We didn't read that.
Wow, we didn't. Here, you want to read the coroner investigation, and I'll read the case closed.
This says last seen alive by Olivia Underwood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Found dead
That was in
Robert
here.
Romero, okay.
This just pretty much says that they decided to close the case as a suicide. I got the right one. I found where this was at on the list. That's what I was looking for originally.
Oh, okay.
Which two frames prove Jamie was not alone when she fell? It was the
The shoe appeared.
30, it appeared at 38, right? And then it wasn't there at 37. Someone must have
We
been...
found this a long time ago.
That was like one of the first things we saw.
Yes.
But we needed to find out. All right, so yep, we found the shoe. You discovered that Jamie's right shoe suddenly appeared in the frame. There's no likely explanation for a shoe to land 7 seconds after she landed. Someone was up there and threw it down to her. One of those suspects must be lying, but who? And so we figured. So okay, all those other things where we're getting it wrong. I was trying to find this thing in the evidence because that's what we knew proved that she wasn't alone. Mm-hmm. And we were right. So now that's when we would open bonus envelope A. We're not going to record that part. I think we finished up the entire thing for the first actual bit, and then we can go in to then figure out who actually did it in the next 3. So, so thanks for coming. I know this is a long one. I'm going to try to trim it up a bit because I think it's been like an hour.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. I'm going to take out a lot of it. There's bits that Princess wants me to leave in, so that's going to make it a little more difficult for editing.
So the BuzzFeed guys can see it. Yeah.
This is a fun game. I like this game. I wouldn't mind getting more of these. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of different characters. But thanks for coming. As always, if you haven't already, please hit that like button, that subscribe button. You can hit the bell button. I don't care about the bell button.
Famous.
Yes, we need a few more subscribers to reach our first goal of 100.
We already had one what was it called? Brand ambassador.
Yeah, we had a brand ambassador thing, but they haven't really. I keep looking at that, and they're not doing anything else for having us do more games or anything.
We
So
need more. We
yeah,
need more, guys. It's expensive buying craft beers. Sorry, it does.
But it's fun. I mean, we're gonna buy those craft beers anyways if we're filming.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
If you want to be in one of our videos, we'd love you to comment down below. We can even do it in a different location if it's easier for us to come to you. We have no issue filming elsewhere, as you've seen in our videos. We have some games that we need at least one more person to play. And Happy just doesn't fill the boot for those ones. But yeah, I think that's it.
Bye-bye.
We usually do birthdays, but I don't know if we have any birthdays.
Well, what is the date? 25th?
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't have a calendar over there anymore, so we don't know. We don't know what's going on.
Cheers!
Cheers!